It's Happy Hour again from Uptown New Orleans. Hello, I'm Grant Morris. Happy Hour is part of the family of shows on the podcast network. It's neworleans.com. When you walk into a bar in New Orleans and you pull up a bar stool, you never know who's going to be sitting on either side of you. What you do know is no matter what they look like, what they're wearing, whether they just got out of a limousine or just got out of jail, they're going to be happy to talk to you because that's New Orleans. And this is Happy Hour, a cocktail-fueled 60 minutes of random conversation with folks who have nothing in common. Other than we're all New Orleanians in a bar, we're at the fabulous Wayfare bar today on Ferret Street in Uptown New Orleans. What is Wayfare? Good question. It's a restaurant and a bar where they serve handcrafted food and spirits. They put fine dining into a sandwich and fine booze into a glass. They have a 3-hour happy hour here every day from 4 to 7 o'clock, consecutively, that is. And they have a brunch on Saturday and Sunday. Also consecutively on the weekend. Now, I just got a text. This will be from our producer, Graham DePonting. Let's see what she says. Yes.
Good news.
Okay, so that's
always
good
a
news.
good word.
That's good, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
I asked her, is Ross definitely coming? And she said yes. So
great.
I assume he's going to be here, right?
I don't know this guy, but I'll look forward to meeting
him. He's awesome.
him.
Wait till you meet him. I think, have you met him before? Jak
I
Locke
have
is here.
not,
The fabulous
no.
Jak Locke is with us today.
That's right. Yeah, no, I've not met him before.
He's awesome. Addy Najera is here as well. Hello, Addy.
Hello.
And Andrew Duhon's back 3 weeks in a row.
3 weeks in a row.
That's a total
turkey.
new record.
It's a record.
So
yeah.
we've got, and Ross Karpelman is going to be joining us sitting right there in just a moment. Here he is right here.
Oh, there he
Ladies
is.
and gentlemen,
All right.
Ross Karpelman, just as I picked
Just
him.
got to say his name. Here he is.
Ross, we were just talking about you put these headphones on and sit on down. Ah, look, you look as fabulous as ever.
This is like a sitcom where you just kind of cue it after the show starts.
Wait till you meet the... Yeah, come on. Yeah, you should have slipped on a banana skin on the way. Put those
Audience
headphones on.
applauds for like
See
30
how
seconds.
they feel. How's the volume? Too loud? Too soft?
Yeah, it's good.
It's good, okay. Ross Karpelman, this is Addy Najera, Jak Locke.
How you doing?
And Andrew Duhon, and that's Alison Moon, our photographer over there.
Alison.
And Chris, you remember Chris, our tech guy.
How you doing, sir?
Have you got your phone on you? You have to take your phone out of your pocket and put it on the table and keep it turned on for the whole show.
Turned on?
On, not off. Yes.
Correct.
That's the key thing. So Ross, I'll tell the guys about you. Ross is the founder of the House of Shock, as well as many other things. He's also what are you, in the Pantera, Down?
No.
None of those?
I've played tracks on those bands.
You're a keyboard player in
I'm a
this.
keyboard player.
Oh,
Nobody really actually respects the keyboard players. We don't really get a spot on the stage. Like Pantera would not ever have a keyboard player on stage, but I did.
Why? Because it's too lame or something for heavy hard rock to have a keyboard player on stage.
I mean, especially with a band like Pantera, with their image and stuff like that. So.
I don't know. That's kind of a badge of honor there. Your Pantera's dirty little secret.
One of many.
One of many, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And what was that? Mystic Crew of Clearlight was the band that you.
Yeah,
That's your own band that you're
was the
actually
band
on stage for.
Yeah, members of other bands, other local bands here, but also play with other bands that play with other bands. So
cool.
it's all.
And so that would be enough for a lot of people to be, recognized as a person in a whole bunch of. Hey, would you like a drink, by the way? We can
Certainly.
We have to hook you up with a drink
I was wondering
somehow.
what,
I don't know what happened. Yeah, well, you were late. You walked in right after we all set.
I was trying to. I don't know if you saw me, but I was trying to.
I didn't.
Was that the truck?
No, yeah.
That was. I saw that.
I tried to get in there.
You couldn't park
fit.
it?
The story of my life, I can't fit in the small holes.
You are huge.
I am a big man.
What size are you?
Very large.
Very large. Extra large?
Oh.
Extra large. How many extra?
In shirts? Are we
Yeah,
talking about?
shirt.
Okay.
T-shirts. Say.
That would be a 5 times X.
5XL?
Yeah, 5X.
Wow.
Very nice.
And
This one, yeah.
So you had like not liposuctions, tummy tuck or
yeah,
staple or something.
Yeah,
at
I
one
had
point.
the full stomach cut.
Yeah.
So you should have seen me at my heaviest. That was
9X,
disgusting.
right?
How much did you? How many X's was that?
That was about 8.
8X.
Yeah, so I lost 3 X's.
That's pretty good. Where would you buy
Triple X.
an 8X T-shirt from?
From,
Internet.
Yeah, or tent maker. I guess that's the classic joke, I guess.
Okay, so here's what's going on here. This is an exciting day because everybody here's got something exciting going on. Well, first of all, hey, can you get Ross a drink? Do you think? What would you like?
Crown and ginger ale.
Crown and ginger ale.
There you
Wow,
go. Be wonderful.
that's an interesting. What kind of?
With spritz of lime, please.
Is there any kind of ginger ale you prefer? Canada Dry, Schweppes.
Schweppes, I think. I'm a
Schweppes.
Schweppes kind of guy.
Okay.
Yeah, but I actually like the Dr. Brown's Celery. That's we're going real deep Jew now.
Yeah.
The Dr. Brown's
Deep Jew.
Deep into Judaism.
Do you see Judaism? Okay, because
Yeah.
we haven't discussed religion for 5 minutes into the show, and we haven't even got on to religion
Right.
yet.
Well,
So
let me jump
good
on
thing.
in.
Yeah, so the Jews love
Dr. Brown's
Brown's
celery. It's a
Okay.
celery soda,
Right.
which doesn't sound good, but it's kind of like a ginger ale, but it's got that celery aftertaste, which I love so much.
And it's good as a mixer. Is that what you're saying?
I would
Or just straight?
or just straight up on the rocks.
And what's up with the Jews and the celery?
I don't know.
What's the connection?
They're both stringy.
Stringy?
I
I thought does celery have some sort of Judaistic religious significance, like pork or something?
Today they can.
They can, right?
I
We'll
don't
go
know.
with that today. Yeah.
Let's go. Celery and
Okay.
Jews.
we are.
Thank you.
We
Thank
learned
you.
something.
Hashtag.
Awesome.
Yeah, there's the
Hashtag
title for today's
celery
episode
and
right there for you,
Hashtag
Grant.
Jews and celery.
Well, write that down.
There you go.
Celery and Jews. That should. I don't think that would offend anybody. So that's-
Not at all.
And was Satan Jewish?
He killed Christ.
Did he?
They say. They say he did. I don't.
No, that was. What do you mean? Satan didn't kill Christ. Either the Romans killed Christ or the Jews killed
You asked
Christ.
if Jews. If
No,
Satan was
Jewish. Right.
Well, the Jews killed Christ. So.
But that doesn't make them Satan.
well, why? Well,
But does it?
I don't know.
I guess it depends on your interpretation, right? Is that how that works?
Well, I guess.
Usually?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I thought Satan was a person, like a being, looked like Addy said.
Yeah,
I mean, you wouldn't know that was Satan.
It's definitely not me.
Definitely not.
That's what Satan would say, man.
Exactly.
It's not me, so.
How would we know that you're not Satan? What could you do to prove it?
Drink a Coke?
Drink a Coke. Okay,
How's
Mexican Coke.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. If you had a Mexican Coke, I'd believe you weren't Satan. Because you play Satan. That's why I brought that up. That's what made me
I play.
listen to his voice.
I can buy it.
No, I play Lord Belial, who is an agent of Satan, the actual Satan. I wouldn't dare play him.
Well, I see there's a difference.
Yeah.
So you're Satan's agent. Well, I was interested to find out Satan has an agent.
Well, he has a couple, and they're Jews.
What do they look like? Fit?
Big nose. I don't know. Yeah, what are you gonna do? I don't.
Ah, look, who's this?
you had a phone
I don't
call.
know. It's from 337. Oh, that's from. I'm not
That's
answering that. No, I'm not answering that. That's from Lafayette.
Oh,
That
yeah.
could be important.
No calls from Lafayette.
No, I don't want to take a call from Lafayette on the show. Do you
Why
think I
would
should?
you?
No.
I don't know who it is. You know, because I don't know who it is.
No, Lafayette doesn't.
Do you answer the phone if
No.
you don't know who it is, Andrew?
No. Well, yeah, but not on the
do?
show.
But if you don't, do you, Jack? If you don't know who it is, do you answer?
Usually I don't know.
Me neither.
What?
Addy?
Talk to the
Of
message. yeah.
course. I'm
You
too
do.
curious.
Mm-hmm.
It could
They-
be anybody.
No,
Most likely
if the phone rings
Walgreens.
with a number that I don't recognize, I immediately go to Google and I look it up and see if it's one of the scam things, and usually it is.
They have those scam numbers on. You can Google.
Oh yeah,
it.
they have people that report it online. Yeah, you can look that up. Look up
I
the
get
number.
so excited when I get a call from a number I don't know.
Me too. It
Usually
probably.
it's-
it might mean that there's work to be had. You know, that's what I always.
Someone's found you, and they're like,
think. Just some fence building, ditch digging, or
Okay.
gig or something like that.
Huh.
You know.
"What do you think, Addy, when you see that?"
Like someone who maybe I thought was dead, or a
come back to
long
life.
lost friend, or like somebody who's got a dog
Well,
for me,
they would all leave messages on your voicemail, right?
Right.
If
You never
they were Any
know.
of those things.
or like someone who's secretive, who's just like calling me because they need to tell me a secret, and then they wouldn't leave a message, and I would not want to miss that.
Okay, Ross, do you
Yeah.
answer
Well, I don't typically answer my phone
ever?
ever, but
Okay, why would you not do that ever?
yeah, because I mean, then you got to talk.
Yeah.
You gotta respond to their. What about coming over? No,
You're more of a message kind of guy. It's a lot easier to ignore people when it's
text
yeah.
me, yeah, and then
Yeah.
then that way I have an excuse for driving all crooked on the road. But no, but the problem is that my home number. I'm one of the few people that still have a home phone.
Oh, I've got one of
Yeah.
those too.
Do you?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you, Jack? Really?
The club is we're getting smaller,
dwindling
It's
a lot,
dwindling,
yes.
yeah. But we kept our home phone, and we get these private numbers or numbers that just straight up say that it's a consumer, buying thing. And my wife would pick up the phone, and she gets duped she's reached the age, and who would have thought 46 would have been the age where you reach the age where you think that you're actually getting a good deal. No, you go on this cruise for 5 days. It's a good deal. It's a good deal.
It's those phone calls that start with the foghorn.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. Or the bell. Ding, 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 you won.
So your wife is one of these people who believes it.
She gets duped in every time.
No.
And then the problem is, see, now, I've been known to take Ambien to go to sleep. Okay, so people, when you take Ambien, you do things that you wouldn't necessarily remember that you do when
That's what I hear.
So like or Ambien eat. People Ambien eat. I'll eat an entire sandwich and not have any memory of it. Also, you can like Ambien order like TV stuff, and I've been known to do that,
Like on QVC.
Yeah, QVC or like those.
How many Ambien are you taking?
Well, I take an Ambien.
Just one.
Well, how many do you think I need?
One.
I'm just
box?
asking how many. I don't know, 5XXX guy, maybe that takes 4 or 5 Ambien. I don't know.
Maybe I do.
Shouldn't you be
Adjust
like
as
asleep
needed.
though?
Yeah, well, you're like in twilight sleep because I don't know if you've never taken it. There's like this point where before you like actually fall completely asleep, that you're in just kind of like this twilight area. I think it might be the twilight zone actually, where you just do things. I have a friend, Carrie, who she used to work with Ozzy and all kind of people. But she took Ambien, and she moved into a new apartment, and she took Ambien, and she went to Walmart and bought a complete thing of housewares and has absolutely no memory of it. She woke up to a kitchen full of like a waffle maker.
You should have like a room set apart
wonderful.
in your house, the Ambien room.
It's like
just
Christmas.
put all the shit that you order. When
Yeah,
you're
that's right.
Why is it still legal if it does this to people?
I don't think
Well,
there's
every
any
drug
problem.
has side effects.
Yeah, but did you see that on the side effects warning? And
May
they
go to
have a little
Walmart.
butterfly. Yeah, may go to Walmart to buy a waffle
They make
maker.
regrettable purchases.
Yeah. It
A
doesn't.
waffle maker does not sound like a regrettable purchase
No.
to me.
No, everybody wants a waffle maker.
But didn't
Especially when you
didn't
wake
that
up.
Didn't that used to be called getting fucked up?
That's
And
what
you
we-
wake up in the morning and go, my God, I can't remember doing anything. But now you can just take an Ambien.
Now you can take an Ambien, and you're
You used
not
to have to know somebody to get that fucked up.
Oh, no. You got just
Yeah, no, you're a doctor now.
A doctor.
Yeah, doctor.
That's all you need to know.
That's all
Yeah.
you need. Just a doctor. That's all you need. Yeah.
So
The
it's-
adult way
so
of
one
getting
Ambien,
high,
and
yeah.
then you're having so much fun you can't remember it. What have you bought on QVC? That's a strange thing to want to do.
I
though.
bought a knife set.
yeah?
You
Well, that's
like
handy.
Oh yeah, but it was not. See, if it was just one knife set, that would have been fine. But no, to make it better, they give you two. Because that's
But
how
wait.
they draw you in. But wait, there's
There's
we don't-
more.
Yeah.
We don't just give you this one knife set. You also get this handy dandy toenail clipper. I don't know.
That's the kind of thing you do when you can't go to sleep is you watch QVC. So you're still not going to sleep. You've taken the Ambien, you're still not going to sleep, and now you're doing stuff that
Now you're ordering stuff.
now your inhibitions have been
Right.
lowered, and so you're doing anything. Funny that you order stuff. Funny that you wouldn't get in the car. Your girlfriend or whatever she was, your friend went to Walmart, driving, which can't be
My
too
goodness.
smart.
Yeah, it can't be good. It can't
No.
be good. Yeah, so
Got
that's
to
what
say that on the thing.
That's what we told her. Yeah, it should say you may drive to Walmart, and that's not a good.
I'm sure it says don't operate heavy machinery at least. Okay, so Ross, we're going to get onto the House of Shock in a minute, but we've got to try and move around the table a little bit because everyone's got some really great stuff going on. We haven't got onto the House of Shock, but the House of Shock is back, by the way.
Yeah,
Let's
heard
get
about
on to that in
That's
a minute.
wonderful.
The other thing we're talking about today is the Hell Yes Fest because Addy is one of the
Yeah.
organisers of the Hell
Hell
Yes
yeah.
Fest. Addy Najera, which is spelled Najeera. If you're looking for that on Google,
It's just one E.
one E.
Yeah.
Oh, you took out an E to economize.
Yes.
Najera. Is that right?
Uh-huh, you
okay,
got it.
all right. It's worth Googling you because you can find this thing. What is it called? House calls?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, you got to see this.
It's my new web series I do with my boyfriend Cyrus Cooper, and we go to comics houses and we bring an amp and a mic and we make them do stand up in their living room, and it's a lot of fun. And we go through their
very
stuff
cool.
and we
It's really,
criticize their lives and things like that.
it's really good.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
I tell you what, it's really worth seeing. They go to these comics. Are they expecting you, or are you just? It looks
Yeah,
like they're not expecting you.
we give them a time frame. So many people have been asleep when we showed up, and we give them
Ambien.
a 3-hour timeline. So they know, I guess they know. I
It's
guess they
really a great
forget.
show because it's these stand-up comedians doing their routine in their own home. One I saw was in a bathroom, and
Yeah.
and they are the audience. You and Cyrus are the audience,
Yep.
and it's kind of humiliating for the comedian.
Yeah, it's kind of awful. I mean,
Yeah.
they don't do great, I wouldn't say, but I mean,
It's funny, and
you
then
get
you're
to see
walking
what they
around their
did.
apartment, like sort of looking at their stuff.
Yeah, I like to think of it as like a cross between like a comedy show and Room Raiders.
Yeah.
It is.
That
It's-
old MTV show.
I think it's really funny.
Yeah,
I love it.
To be honest, I could do without the comedy part and just like go in and be like, you should
do
probably
that.
move the focal point of this room to here. Maybe get some, tapestries
You like that sort of thing?
here.
You're in a what's the word? Decorator type.
Decorating it.
Yeah, I
Do
do
you watch
like
those
home
dopey
stuff.
shows on TV?
Sometimes, yeah. I don't have cable, so I don't watch them that often. But
I think the comedy is what makes it, though. Watching these people do their routine, and that one I saw was that somebody's outside in their backyard, and the people next
Yep.
door have got a fire.
Vincent
burning
Zambon,
trash.
they were like burning something the
Yeah.
entire time
Yeah.
we were doing that set.
That was very. Anyway, it's very. So Cyrus Cooper's your boyfriend. He's a funny
Yes.
guy too.
Yeah,
He's
isn't he?
another. He's about the same size as Ross.
Yeah, he's
What X T-shirt does he wear?
like 2. We go to Destination XL all the time.
Oh, I love that place.
Okay.
It's actually gotten really
They
nice.
have like the coolest shirts now for fat
They
people.
do. They have like a lot of really humiliating tees, I think.
Yeah.
Like what?
I don't know. I feel like they think that like big people like giant T-shirts with like stupid cartoons on them or something.
Oh, I do.
Well,
No.
never mind.
But there's stupid cartoons on a lot of T-shirts. It's just that if they're like big size, I guess they
Yeah.
look
That
more
makes
in
them
your
that
face.
more funny.
Yeah, they're much more funny that way. And where is Destination XL?
They got one in Clearview Mall. Yeah.
Yep, Metairie.
But it's also a good place because, like, wherever you ever going to find a 5XL Beastie Boys T-shirt, they
Right.
have it, and
Good
you know,
point.
or a Jimi Hendrix shirt, which I bought.
You did?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I'm determined to get a whole bunch of music in today's show and not do the usual thing like I do is look around and see it's all gone. So, Jack,
Yes.
so first of all, we're going to come back and talk about the Hell Yes Fest
Yeah.
after Jack plays a song, and then we're going to talk about Jack's movie.
Yeah.
By the way, which if you're listening to the show and you've listened to it, Jack was our very, very first guest.
That's right. Way
on
back
our
in
very,
2010.
very first show in
That's,
2010. That was almost 5 years ago. Holy shit.
That's
And at some point along the line, we've had Jack back over the, various times over the years. Everybody's been on the show before, by the way. Ross, you've been on before. Eddie, you've been. So this is this is the first time this has ever happened. I
Everybody
think.
feels real comfy.
Yes.
Yeah.
So at some point, Jack started. I want to write this down. I want to talk about this novel. Shall I do that now? We'll come back. Let's talk about the movie. Jack started making a movie. I don't know how many years ago was that. 3?
2012, yeah.
So 3 years ago, Jack came across a screenplay that he wrote when he was a 6-year-old kid.
Cool.
And in the intervening 3 years, he's made a movie out of it, and now it's finished.
It's done. It's finally done, yes.
It's incredible.
All right.
Congratulations.
Clap, clap, clap. Thank you.
So, when do we get to see it is the big question.
October 16th, we'll be having the New Orleans screening over at Rare Form. That's on Esplanade. It used to be a Mexican restaurant next door to Dragon's Den. So,
it's
right
there.
Yes.
Oh, that's called Rare Form.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
that's
been
it.
all kinds of things.
It has. Yeah.
Was
That's
it
where they had
mojitos or something, was it?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
mo-
that was it. Yeah, they had the NOLA Horror Film Festival there just last weekend.
Okay.
Actually, so
That was our friend who was on the show, Balls Cobain.
that's
Yes.
right, Balls Cobain. Yes,
And he worked on your film.
that's right. Yeah, he did sound. He helped with special effects. He constructed the bar for the saloon scene, and he also acted in it.
So tell us how it turned out. I mean, we can go see it on October 16th. Do we have to do anything special to get tickets?
Just go to the door and pay $5. Yeah,
Pretty good deal.
Walk
And
right
so
in.
it's October 16th,
October
2015, if you're listening
that's
to this.
right. Yes,
It's some other year.
5 p.m. Yeah.
5 p.m., nice and
Correct.
early, so you've got
Yeah.
time afterwards to go out and do what exactly?
You can hang out. You can
Go to
they
House
do
of Shock.
have a, that's
Is
right.
House of Shock open by then?
Is that
Yes,
gonna be
it is.
happening by then?
Is it a weekend?
Yeah, it's a Friday.
Then absolutely will be open.
Oh, great. Well, there you are. There's your night.
Okay.
Your October 16th
October
is planned,
16th. It's
people.
a Friday night?
Unless you're listening to this afterwards.
It's a Friday.
Yes.
Okay, so 5 o'clock start, which is a very unusual time to go to a movie, but I guess it's a premiere, so
Right, yeah. We're
That's how they
doing
do it, is it?
That's the time they gave us as
you
far
need
as
to do
availability.
that so you can get it on like TMZ or ETV or something.
Yeah, we're doing that.
For
right.
the West Coast coverage. And then you go from there to House of Shock, which is where exactly?
We are underneath the Huey P. Long Bridge on Butterworth Street, as in the syrup. But it's right basically a block off of
Syrup.
Syrup Avenue.
Syrup Avenue.
It's the Huey P is in our backyard. Basically, we're right off of Clearview and Jefferson Highway, right back there. Yeah.
And let's talk more about the House of Shocking, because last time we talked to you, it was closed down forever, and that was only a year ago. So, Jack, play us a song. What are you thinking of playing today?
This song has no name yet. It's still fairly new.
Jack has a number of bands. One of them is called the Normal Treblemakers. Another's called Freak Show to Go. There's the Jak Locke Rock Show. You can see them playing all around New Orleans and in Homer frequently for some weird reason.
That's right, yeah. Homer's been good to me.
Good music.
I try to be good to Homer.
You're like the biggest star in Homer, for sure.
Oh, I doubt that.
Who's bigger in Homer than you?
I don't know.
Nobody, for real.
Dax Riggs. Dax Riggs.
That's the true part.
Yeah.
So, Jack, this is an unfinished song?
No,
With
it's
no
an
title.
untitled song. Right.
Well, we can help you with the title by the end of it,
Please
right?
do.
Okay.
Certainly.
She said this part of town looked like a shipwreck. Looked out the door, made sure her car's still there. Yeah, honey, it's still there. It's probably the last time that I'll see her here. And honestly, I find it hard to care. They say they nothing good to come from my side of the avenue. Well, I've been and seen what they call good, so I hope that it's true. While I'm howling at the tourists out in front Royal Praline, my square guitar and neighbors hanging quite a different scene. And you don't have to look too closely just to tell this old despair. Every hole that hold a puddle got 100 stories there. It's not like I came to hear them, but for everyone that's telling, there's at least a dozen listening, and they're ripe for someone selling. And baby, I got just the pitch. Check this shit out. Yeah, the quarter's just a border for the bank. I bank my dues. Past the borders where they tell you they know where you got them shoes. When the Saints go marching in, it won't be nowhere near my street. 'Cause skeletons of city blocks still be drying in the heat. And I'll badmouth her to her face when I'm too drunk to even care. But when she tripping through my dreams, that's not the face I tend to wear. That blower with the crooked trumpet got some melodies he stole. They prosecuted by the pretty lines that fly with every blow. How they flow, how they blow. Oh, something like this, I think. Let's go. And it's the shoulder streets I'm living on, where they probably where I'll die. Listen, I will start when you build up the nerve to try. You are welcome to that polish me, I'll never get it why. I'd rather die here from a bullet than of old age somewhere else. But you know what? That may just be another story that I found that sells. Oh, honey, that motherfucker sells too. Then again, who knows? I never tell. Oh, then again, who knows? I never tell. I'll never tell. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Wow.
We.
He's done it again. What do you think of that?
I think it's excellent.
Every time Jack comes on the show, he does that. He picks up the guitar. He looks like a normal guy. He looks like a normal person. He looks like a normal, mild-mannered, well-spoken, nice guy. And then that happens. It's fantastic. Jack, that's awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Very good.
Well, what about a title?
Yeah, I have not been able to figure out a good title for that. I've been thinking about it for the past few months. Nothing.
What do you think? Andrew?
When the Saints go marching in, number 2.
Number 2.
That's good. Addy, did you have any thoughts?
I'm horrible with titles.
There's a good one.
That's not bad.
That's a good one.
That's not bad. Write that
I'm
down.
horrible with titles.
Yeah,
I can call it that.
That's not a bad idea.
Actually, I may do
Very
that.
modern, apparently.
Ross?
Oh, me? Haunted and Possessed by Satchmo.
Haunted and Possessed by Satchmo.
I don't know.
Nice.
I usually go to that direction.
Okay.
But you know, kudos to bringing back the mouth trumpet.
Oh, well, thank you. Yes.
That wasn't a real trumpet, by the way.
No,
for
that was
wondering who was playing the trumpet. What about? Well, you hear that? What about? Where'd you get them shoes or whatever? That's
Right.
What was
Yeah,
that
that's in
question?
there.
Yeah.
That's in there.
That's in there at the beginning. I think if you had a chance to call a song that ever in a lifetime, that would be.
Might be that one.
Where you get them
We
shoes.
could do that.
I don't know, but it's.
Do the songwriters have to name a song something that's in the song, or can
Not
it be
necessarily.
anything?
No, you can call it whatever you
That's
want.
a good
It
question.
is a good question.
There's a whole game of that.
Sounds
Name the song of which the title is not in the song.
There's quite
Do
a
you
few
know
of
that
those.
game?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I don't know that game, but yeah.
It's a pretty good game. There's a lot of them, not a lot of them, but I can't think of one off the top of my head now. But
Unless it's super clever, though, it bugs me. You know, if it's
What?
a really clever name, great. But otherwise, I'm just trying to think, what's the name of that song? And then I'm never going to get it. 'cause I'm
Right.
just
You're never
trying
gonna
to-
remember?
It has nothing
Yeah,
to do
yeah,
with
yeah,
the
yeah.
subject matter. Right?
Yeah.
you wanted, but there's no real chorus in that song of yours, Jack. That you
Not
couldn't
really.
sing?
No. It's more informed by like trad jazz and
Right.
old blues and stuff, where there's no real chorus. It just kind of goes its own way.
But it's a sort of a satirical look at New Orleans.
Sure,
It's
yeah.
at the same time as being a real New Orleans song. That's
Right.
If you come up with some angle on that.
There's a wheelhouse I can start from there.
What
yeah.
did you do with it for the music on Targeted, the movie?
Yeah, I got this really good orchestral sound font and just did it with my keyboard. Did it one instrument at a time and scored it out that way. Just sort of watched each scene over and over again, and I was able to import the video into the audio program and play along while I'm watching the scene. And so, just build the melody and then, build the underlying harmony and other parts.
Have
and
you done
rhythm
music for a
underneath it.
movie before?
No,
The
never,
first-
never orchestral score.
So this is
type
the
stuff.
first movie you wrote, the first movie you directed,
Correct.
the first movie
Yeah,
you
first
starred,
narrative
and
film.
edited.
Right. Yeah.
Have you given yourself a credit for all these things at the end of it?
I did. I tried to keep it as short as possible because that just looks really ostentatious when you have like 9 things behind
Yeah.
your name. Yeah.
Well, it'll be good if it's good.
Yeah, I hope it is. I hope people like it. Yeah, I think it's good. Everybody that's been part of the movie that watched it, we're all very proud of how it came
How
out. So
exciting.
hopefully that
I can't
translates
wait
into
to see it.
entertaining for
Are there
everyone.
two movies? Do we see? Could we
Yes.
get to see them both?
Correct. Yeah, there's what we've started calling the B script. That is the script that I found a few years back that I'd written when I was 7, and then I adapted a more mature and dynamic script from that, using a lot of the same characters and settings as the original script, and made a much better, more mature story out of that. And we filmed both of them at the same time.
So what are they both called?
Targeted.
They're both called Targeted.
Right. Yeah. We've just yeah.
So you're releasing them both at the same time.
Correct. Yeah, they're both on the
And-
same DVD.
Okay.
You go on the DVD, you pick A script or B script, and that's.
And how do I get a hold of it if I can't get there on the 16th?
I'm gonna have that figured out by the time the premiere happens. You can buy it
Okay.
at the premiere. I'll also have it available online.
Are you going to have it downloadable?
I
How's
haven't
that work?
haven't decided that yet. I don't know how that works. I'm going to educate myself on that over the next few weeks for
That
sure.
would be good. Okay, so I want to stop for a second and just tell anyone who's listening who hasn't heard about this, because I think I forgot to mention this last time you were on the show, that I don't know when this was, a couple of years ago. Jak Locke, by the way, is spelled J-A-K with no C.
That's right.
And Locke is L-O-C-K-E.
That's right. Yeah, being
And,
economical.
You want to Google that, because you want to get on Amazon.com and Google Jak's name and find a novel that he wrote called Frog Dell's Junkyard.
Right.
I hardly read anything, You would love this too. This book is fucking unbelievable. I don't know why. I think you just sent it to me and said, "Take a look at this," because I wrote.
You were sick. You were very sick.
I was sick,
and so I said, "Well, if you've got nothing better to do, you might enjoy this, or you might hate it."
Maybe it was the fever that made me like it so much. But
don't go back and read it.
Yeah,
we'll stick with this.
It's an extraordinarily good novel. It's really brilliant. It's really, really, really amazing.
you.
I mean, it's funny. It's clever. It's about politics, but it doesn't take a sort of a side.
Right.
It's sort of apocalyptic, but it's not predictable and stereotypical and cliched. It's really, really clever. The characters are brilliant. The story is totally, you would never guess what's going to happen. I couldn't recommend it more. I don't know why you don't make a movie out of that.
I've been thinking about it. It's difficult to try and figure out how to shoot a lot of that on, because I mean, a lot of the thing with Targeted was very low budget, extremely low budget. We did it on a $3,000 budget because none of us have high connections with Hollywood or any kind of funders.
$3,000. You made a movie for $3,000.
$3,000, which on a Hollywood set will maybe get you a covered wagon.
That wouldn't buy the Doritos.
Right, exactly. That wouldn't cover craft services.
Right.
That wouldn't pay half the actors.
That's
right.
impressive. How long is the movie?
The A script is 38 minutes. The B script is 17 minutes. So yeah, altogether about 50-something minutes.
But you wrote a 17-minute script when you were a 7-year-old kid.
I did, yeah.
That's pretty impressive right there.
Pretty terrible.
What school were you at the time?
Oh, at the time? What school? LSC Pittman Elementary on the Westbank.
Pittman on the Westbank,
yeah.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
And where did you go to high school?
John Ehret on the Westbank, yeah.
So you're still living on the Westbank, right?
No, I'm on the East Bank now.
Oh, you moved?
Moved on up.
Ah, right. Where do you live now?
Moved sideways. I live
Anywhere near
in
the
Metairie.
House of Shock? Near the House of Shock?
Close enough to go. Yeah.
Butterworth like the syrup.
I got to see Ross and Levi over there,
Well, Levi went to jail.
Well, he's out now.
He's out now, yeah.
Yeah.
But,
Who is Levi?
Levi was he was the antithesis of the devil. He was the preacher. He played the black Baptist.
Levi is the loudest person at House of Shock, I think.
Without
a microphone, even.
He doesn't even need a microphone. Well, I don't know that he's so much loud that he just operates on a frequency that nobody
can match.
Nobody can match.
It's pretty hard to get sent to jail. Here, what did he do?
I think he beat someone up. Which is, pretty much that's Levi. He gets into altercations for which he thinks he's fighting for the greater good, but usually he's just had too much to drink. But he's a great guy. He's been a member of House of Shock for 22 years.
Is he not going to be part of it, though, this year?
He may make an appearance, but as of now,
well, you're not allowed to hire him because he's a felon?
Well, in that case, none of us would be around, including me.
So tell us about House of Shock, because go back to 22 years ago you started House of Shock.
Yeah, well, 23. Yeah, this is 23. Yeah.
This is number 23.
Yeah, it's 23.
Goodness,
and so you were doing this. Over the years, it's become huge. It's been written about in Rolling Stone, the New York Times, and all over the place.
Yeah, all over.
It's probably the longest running haunted house in America.
Well, no, not in America.
In the world.
In the
world,
but not in America.
Not in America. Okay. Certainly, I would think that we would be one running longer than 20-something years.
Well, the Haunted Mansion in Disney World would be one right off the bat.
Yeah, but that's not the same.
You
can't even compare it.
But yeah, no, there are many that have been around for 30 plus years.
Like hardcore stuff like yours.
Yeah, certainly in Louisiana, we're the longest running, I would think. Yeah,
very cool.
We're up there. But 23 years. We last year we announced as our final year, and everybody thinks that was a ploy, and it certainly was not a ploy at all. We had every intention of closing last year.
Why did you want to close? You just got burned out from?
We just felt like we felt. It was a number of different reasons. Number one, we had a real bad season in 2013 because we had rain on Halloween. Opening night was just we had rain to deal with a lot of the weekends, and that just anyone that runs an event like that knows that rain can just kill you. So that was the initial reason, and then we felt kind of after 20 some odd years, we felt that maybe we had just kind of played ourselves out. People were, we've done House of Shock. We felt like maybe people were losing interest.
Were they though? Because you have a whole new generation. Surely, after 22 years, you did.
Well, that's what we're finding. After we announced our closing, we just got bombarded, with the emails and to come back. But we had already said that we're not coming back, and if we were coming back, that it would be your last chance to see House of Shock as it is, and we meant that. So what we did is, in order to come back, we had to change everything. So we built 2 brand new events, in addition to changing about 90% of the existing House of Shock itself. So you have 3 practically brand new events on the same property where it stands now.
Can you tell us any more about it? Or is
Absolutely.
Okay.
We got Seaman Scungy's Bordello of Freaks. This will be the first. This is the first event that you will walk into, and it's exactly what it sounds like. Seaman Scungy. He was basically. He was, on the...
How are we spelling seaman?
Seaman is
as in
S-E-A-M-A-N.
It's a sailor.
Yeah, so as a sailor, yeah.
Seaman Scungy. I'm just writing it down because I'm not going to remember this.
And Scungy's been with us forever. Scungy's a long-time House of Shocker.
Okay.
So, but he's basically came across this Bordello of Freaks. He fell in love with Madame Bernays, who is the bearded lady. She has a very nice full beard. And
Okay.
yeah, so basically you can, fuck a freak. I think that's the idea behind that event. You go in there and, everything is for sale. We have the Sasquatch Sisters. They don't smell very good, but they'll give you, a real good ride.
So this is an actual brothel.
Yeah, it's a brothel.
This is an awesome idea. How legal is sex for sale? And is it Jefferson Parish?
Jefferson
or-
Parish, yeah.
So it's legal.
We got a variance from
Okay.
the council.
All right, so you can fuck a bearded lady.
I mean,
And who else? What else?
As long as it's freaks, I don't think it counts.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not strictly prostitution at that point.
Right. It's entertainment at that point.
Well, if Senator Vitter can get away with it, I don't
Sure.
see why you shouldn't.
That
You might be able to run for governor.
Oh, you mean governor? Yeah.
Yeah.
right.
Okay, this is awesome. Okay, so,
So
what else?
and then you have a mermaid.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah,
that's
this-
not very scary, though.
Well, if it smells like fish, eat it. Then you have
Should I write that down? Yeah.
There's your secondary title for the episode.
For your song, you mean?
That too. We can title them both.
If it smells like fish, eat
There you
it. By Jak Locke. That's right. Nice. Okay.
So we have that. We have the Sasquatch Sisters I spoke of. We have mutants. We have a 2-headed lady. We have a chicken boy.
Two-headed lady in the bordello.
Yeah, a 2-headed lady. Yeah, so that's automatically your
That's interesting.
every fetish that you ever had can be
Right.
satisfied at once. Then you have the pig boy. Pig boy is
Are our heads coming out of the same place, or are they in different places? Are they both coming out of off his
both
shoulders?
off her shoulders. Yeah, so
So there's not many fantasies you could fulfill if the heads were both at the same
Be
place.
creative, Grant.
Yeah, come on now.
Okay. All right, go on.
Very
you can get
layman here.
some really good angles, I think. Anyway, so you got that. You got the mutants. Well, anyway,
Okay.
out of that, then you have Laugh in the Dark. Laugh in the Dark is we basically stole the name, borrowed the name from Pontchartrain Beach. That was the name of the funhouse at Pontchartrain Beach, Laugh in the Dark. So it's a 3D event. So you put on the 3D glasses. Everything is painted in 3D colors, and it's a all-out clown assault, basically. We've never done anything clown related, but we know just from talking to people that everyone is deathly afraid of clowns, and with good reason, I think. So you walk through, and it's it's very disorienting. The floors are all lopped out, and the painting is all graffiti style, but painted layered so that when you're in the glasses, everything comes out at you in layers. So
How did you paint that, actually?
Actually, we hired this guy who is off the streets of L.A. He's a graffiti artist, and he moved down here. His name is Dallas. Has absolutely nothing to do with L.A. or New Orleans, but
Or Dallas.
or Dallas for that matter. But he did a great job. His first time ever doing anything of this magnitude, of this scale, and he brought his style to it, and just clowns coming out of areas, reaching for you. A lot of depth was painted. It's the way it works is you have fluorescent colors. The brighter the color, the more forward it is when you put the glasses on. So like your fluorescent reds will come out at you, and your greens are in the middle, and then your fluorescent blues, your deep blues, are all the way in the back. So you build it like that, and you build the 3D thing. So you got to think in a way that lends to that, so that you can pull off that thing. And he took to that like a fly to crapola.
So you brought this guy out here.
Yeah, he did really well. He did really well.
This is a huge operation.
And then you walk out, and then it's a totally brand new House of Shock. We have a whole new entrance, which we fashioned after the LeBeau Mansion, which was out in Araby that burned down a couple of years ago. I don't know if you remember that. There was a mansion out on the river in Araby. I think it was an old part of the sugar plantation, possibly. And some stoners were in there, and we used to go in there all the time because we had practice rooms right there in Araby, and we used to go hang out in there, and it was just a real creepy house, and it was always there, and it was always cool. Well, some stoners walk in there looking for ghosts and stuff like that, and they accidentally burned the whole thing to the ground. This was about 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So we kind of borrowed from that story a little bit and built our facade off of that, and kind of tied our storyline back in with our main characters, back with the devil. And
so you're the devil's agent.
I'm the devil's agent once again. I've come back from the way it ended. I was sentenced to prison in heaven. Jesus actually came up on a cross and sentenced Lord Belial to eternity in heaven.
So do you berate people when they come in?
I absolutely berate everyone.
Right.
Yes, that's what I do the best.
That is, I know, that is awesome. So you go, and then you walk through the house. You walk on a tour, like through the house.
Yeah, and then you go through the haunted house and the different rooms of the
going on
haunted house.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So how long does it take to sort of do a tour of the? How long can we put aside after we go to targeted the movie? How long should we put aside for the?
I think you should probably put a couple hours aside because we have other entertainment. We have the NOLA suspension group that pierce their backs.
You're not doing that again, are you?
Now, but it's even better now because now off of the new Scungy's Bordello of Freaks, we have these two poles that swing out about 16 feet over your head, and they'll hang from that. So they're going to hang over your head 16 feet in the air.
Oh, that's disgusting. Have you seen this thing? They put hooks through their
Only
skin.
on TV.
And it's really, really, when you see it up close and personal, when they pierce themselves, it's, all the blood and everything, it's great. It really is good. So we have all that, and then we have bands, all the bands playing, and
it's a great night out. How much is it?
It's still $25.
Unbelievably cheap. For $25, you get to hang out for 2 hours,
or as long as you like.
You can stay all night if you want.
Yeah, because we have a bar. No need to go anywhere else. We have
Jefferson Parish is where it's at, apparently, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, listen, I got to do these sponsor messages. Andrew, help me out.
All right.
Okay. House of Shock. So if I'm listening to this, do I have to buy a ticket or just show up there?
Either. You can show up there and buy a ticket, or you can buy a ticket online.
Houseofshock.com.
Houseofshock.com, yeah.
House of Shock. It's incredible that you own that, everything. Okay. Thank you very much to these people who made today's show possible. And right after this, we're going to come back and talk about Hell Yes Fest. Our show today is brought to us by Petite Pet Care. If you're going out of town or you have a crazy schedule, the folks at Petite Pet Care will take care of your pet in his or her own home. For loving care when you're not there, go to petitepetcare.com and get it sorted out. Thank you to Basics Swim and Gym. We can get a full range of fashion swimsuits, workout, and yoga clothes with real style. Basics Swim and Gym is on Magazine Street near Jefferson Avenue, thanks to the Hangover Destroyer, the only all-natural product medically proven to prevent a hangover. Go to the Hangover Destroyer website. It's hdestroyer.com. If you write Happy Hour in the coupon code, you'll get 30% off of Hangover Destroyer, and you too can seize the dawn. And thanks to unlistednola.com, the revolutionary new way to buy a house in New Orleans. If you know what you're looking for, you can find your perfect match before it comes on the market. It's the match.com of real estate. It's unlistednola.com. Andrew Duhon on the guitar. What are you going to play for us while you're continuing on there? What about it?
Play a new song.
Do you have a title for this, or do you want us to come up with this one?
It's called Time Will Tell.
Aha.
Because that's what I say in the chorus over and over again.
Spoilers.
Aha. It's got tricks in it. The song.
I like the
Okay.
tricks.
Harmonica rack trick.
Hey, Jack? Can you do a trumpet part for this as well?
Sure.
You get, yeah.
I can ruin the song with a trumpet part.
There's spaces.
Okay.
Open seat, the bus at dawn. I'm getting off, you're staying on. I'm promising I'll see you down the line. Sunrise hits, I'm on the trail. I'll keep you posted by the mail. I'm overdue, but I pay all my fines. I made up my mind, I'll see it through. I promise you that time will always tell, time after time. Time will tell, I tell myself all the time. Will tell, oh, I keep telling myself. Time will tell, I keep telling myself. Your willpower wearing thin, and these old pants need taking in. I'm holding out like kids in Catholic school. Draw ourselves the thinnest line. You keep to your side, I'll keep mine. Long as we both swear to break the rules. I made up my mind, I'll see it through. I promise you that time will always tell, time after time. Time will tell, I tell myself, oh, now time will tell, oh, well, I keep telling myself, oh, time will tell, I keep telling myself, time will tell, I tell myself, oh, time will tell, I keep telling myself, time will tell, I keep telling myself. To know right now, 'cause no one's got this figured out. We don't have to know right now, 'cause nobody's got this figured out. Just let the morning reach me, let tomorrow teach me what it will. I'll sit still, shut my mouth and hear it out. Let it say what it may, let it dispel all my doubt that all is well. Time will tell, I keep telling myself. Time will tell, I tell myself. All time will tell, oh well, I keep telling myself. Time will tell, I keep telling myself. Time will tell, I tell myself, oh well. Time will tell, I keep telling myself, oh, time will tell, I keep telling myself. Thanks, Charles.
And the Duhon. Boy, this is a great day today, isn't it, everybody?
Just feels comfy.
What a great show. My God, that was a great song, too. Andrew, is that brand new?
I'm going to call it semi-brand new.
Semi-brand new, okay. You didn't say semi-brand new, which is interesting.
What's that?
Is there a difference between semi
I
and
don't know.
semi?
I say semi because
I'm just
I'm
working
a foreigner,
on-
and then most people say semi.
I wrote down the new tunes that I haven't recorded yet
Uh-huh.
yesterday and just looked at them and thought, okay, now there's a record in there. Just got to find it, that sort of thing.
You think you got enough?
Oh,
Go
well,
for it, yeah.
I mean, like, well,
I have enough things in the list, but half of the list is unfinished. So there's, if you're trying to do 12 tracks or something, I got 6 tracks that are finished and done, and just give me a microphone. But the rest I need to do some.
What about just releasing
writing.
a 6-track?
Nah, it's time to.
You don't do
time
that.
to do another.
You need to do a real record, yeah.
Do you find people still buy the full length things?
As souvenirs at shows, they do.
At shows, you're right. Yeah.
And
online, not so much. But
I think people online. Well, I mean,
Time will tell.
time will tell. That's that's a good thought.
Good point, Ross.
I gotta write that down.
Someone heard it somewhere.
Yeah, but yeah, no, it's funny how many people I can't stand CDs myself, but it's funny how many people still buy them at shows just as the thing. They go by and they come by and they see, oh, this is nice, and then they buy a CD and maybe they want it signed or maybe they just want the CD. Right. But who has a CD player? I don't have.
Not me.
Do
you have a CD player, Jay?
in my car, that's about it.
In the car.
Yeah.
Addy, do you have one?
I have one in the car.
Ross used to live
in
in
the car, yeah, but I don't. I have satellite radio, so
There's that.
Right.
Yeah.
No one. I mean, none of us have a CD player.
Well, the download
So
card's a
that's-
thing too. You can do that thing.
Yeah, but it's interesting that people still buy them at shows. I would be.
Oh yeah,
I'm surprised
No,
about that.
Me too.
Right. I've taken to putting out stuff online in like 4 to 6 track EPs, and
I
then
think that's
for the
great.
shows, it's
if you can do
the
it in
full
frequency?
length albums. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I think
completely different vehicles.
I think the new thing could be the 4 to 6 tracks every, say, 6 months to a year instead of the full length every 18 months. But I'm coming on 2 years now, so it's time to put out a body of work, so to speak.
Well, you've got enough great songs, even the ones we've heard over the last 2 years since the last record.
I don't know. Don't blow sunshine up my ass, Grant.
Okay.
I'm finished.
You think I wasn't being sincere about that?
I thought you were. I think I've played plenty of songs on the show that aren't finished. So
that was a great one.
Thanks.
I'll go with that.
Thanks.
I'll vote for that.
I liked it.
So, Addy, let's talk about Hell Yes Fest.
Okay.
What year is this for Hell Yes Fest? Four. This is the fourth. Hell Yes Fest is a comedy festival here in New Orleans once a year in November.
Film and sketch too. It's in October this year.
It's October. Okay.
Usually it's in November, but
what dates is it?
it is. So it's 2 weekends. So it's the 1st through the 10th.
The 1st through the 10th of October.
Yeah. So it's
that's today, practically, isn't it?
Nearly,
it's
right?
tomorrow.
Oh my God. Okay, so it's right now. Current events.
Yeah. So it's this upcoming weekend and then the next weekend after that. We have just expanded so much and we have so much content that we're doing film and sketch comedy in the first weekend, and then the second weekend will be improv and stand-up.
Wow.
So yeah, it's much
so
bigger.
It's really growing, huge.
Yeah, and we also we did what do you call it? Applications, submissions. We did submissions this year, so we got a lot of performers submitting. So we kind of had to break it up because we had so many people.
Well, so people are now the festival, because the festival started off with basically the New Movement Theatre guys. Chris True and so on.
Yeah, the New Movement here, and then in the New Movement in Austin.
Right.
And we also had a Houston branch for a little while, but they've kind of gone and done their own thing. They have their own theater now. But we were pretty much just doing in-house, getting performers in-house, but it's grown so much, and we've had such really amazing performers the last few years from all over the country.
So this is a festival that other comedians around the country want to come to now.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I think we
cool.
were listed on some article about being like a travel-worthy destination in October, which is pretty awesome. It's the biggest comedy festival in the Gulf South. So,
well, there's one thing I could say. I mean, talk about the New Movement Theatre is everything they do is great. Actually,
yeah.
It's really a reliable place to go anytime you want to see improv. It's all improv, right?
It's improv, stand-up, and sketch.
Is it? It's stand-up too?
I mean, there are no stand-up classes because that would be absurd and silly. But
it's a really reliable place
comics
to go to see really, really great comedy. And comedy's not that easy to pull off. And there's other places around town where you go and you have to be either drunk or politely.
Yeah, well, comedy has really grown in the city, and the people in the city have become really good audience members for comedy. It's not something that people just know how to do, to be honest. You kind of have to train people over time, but the city's been really great in terms of just like balancing like fun party and like being a good audience, and it's a lot of fun. And most shows are in bars and things like that, and sometimes they can get rowdy, but for the most part, comedy has grown so much that we have reliable audiences all over town. You can see a show every night of the week if you wanted to.
Just on a regular night, not part of Hell Yes Fest.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah.
Right on. So what's the difference between Hell Yes Fest and a regular night then?
Well, Hell Yes Fest, we have comedians coming from all over the country. We have big names this year: Tim Heidecker, we have Nikki Glazer, we have Todd Barry, we have Doug Benson. So those are like big names. But then we also have like the comics to watch from LA and New York and Chicago who are coming to do shows here, who are just doing like really, really cool stuff all over the country. And then we also have like their shows. They're bringing not just their sets, but their shows. So we have Picture This is a big show where comics do stand up, and then behind them animators draw things to their set. So that's pretty cool. It's a really unique show. We have a bunch of unique shows like that.
Where would that be held?
That one is at Hi-Ho Lounge on Friday.
So you guys have taken over all kinds of venues around town.
Yeah.
So you guys have a bunch of things going on at the same time, right?
Yes.
So and it's kind of in the same hood. So
it's all on St.
what's
Claude.
the etiquette if I'm seeing a stand-up guy and I'm not really feeling him? So I know there's something else across the street. Is it okay to walk out?
Yeah, I mean, I think that people want to see as much as they possibly can, and I would definitely encourage you to see as much as you want. I mean, the etiquette's going to be different in every room, because there's going to be some rooms where like you literally can't leave without the entire room turning their head and being like, what's that guy doing?
Excuse me, pardon me, excuse me.
I would think that most people wouldn't want to leave in that kind of show.
Right.
But I think you should try and see as much as you want, and there's no reason to stay at a show you're not enjoying. That's the most important thing.
Is it a fringe fest kind of thing where there's you pay and you get a pass to go back and forth between all of them? Or
this year all the shows are individually priced, which is pretty cool because the shows are very reasonably priced. Most of them are $5 online and $7 at the door.
Very cool.
Unless you're seeing a big headliner, and then it's like $12 or $15.
That's not
so you can see as many shows as you want for not too much money. So we don't have any passes this year. They didn't sell super well last year because I think people want to see the shows they want to see. They don't want to pay for the entire festival.
Sure.
Yeah.
This is exciting. Okay,
I know.
cool.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Who's the funniest person there?
Oh, me.
Oh,
Definitely.
Yeah.
Good answer. Good answer.
What are you
Sorry.
doing? Addy? Where do we see you?
Well, so I'm really lucky this year. I got a bunch of stuff going on. On Thursday, you can see House Call at Old Marker Theater. We are opening up for the world premiere of Cracking Up, which is a mental health channel original documentary series.
What's funny about that?
Well, it's a bunch of comedians talking about mental health, and then there's a big show at the end where they do sets, and there's a competition, and I'm actually part of that too. So,
A bunch of comedians talking about mental health.
yeah, it's fun.
Okay.
It's like you raise awareness for mental
a
health
lighthearted
issues,
show.
and
So that's not funny in itself. That's raising awareness.
no, it's super funny. Yeah.
I would find it funny. I personally, I would like it.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
And, it's
down
really,
that
really
way.
funny.
There's
Okay.
an
All right.
audience for everything.
What's that called?
That's called
Cracking
Cracking
Up.
Up. Yeah, and that's going to be on Thursday night at Old Marker Theater at 8.
Old Marker Theater.
Yeah,
Where's
so
that?
because the first weekend is sketch and film, you're going to see a lot more like web series and
Okay.
sketches and stuff like that.
So the second weekend, which is the weekend of the 10th of October, that's the more traditional
Improv and stand-up. Yeah.
Okay. And that's all over town as well.
Yes.
And we can
Yeah.
find that at hellyesfest.com, I assume.
Correct. Yeah.
And so what are you doing your own set or
Yeah. So I have a show.
Liquid Ass or
I have a show called Liquid Ass.
Liquid ass. Awesome.
It's a gross out show.
Are you sponsored by the product Liquid Ass?
No, we're not, but it
That would
does.
be wonderful.
The name comes from there. Yeah,
I'm ignorant of that. What is the
It's a
product?
fart spray.
Someone
Yeah.
It's
invented
right
a
there in the
fart
name.
spray.
I should have known that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it a big seller, the Liquid Ass?
I think it's going to
spray?
be a lot of fun. The lineup
No,
is.
not you. I mean the spray.
fart spray.
Oh, the fart spray.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Under what circumstance would you purchase that? For what reason?
what circumstances would you
See,
not
I
purchase
would have
fart
great
spray?
uses for it personally, but I think it's more of like a practical joke type thing. It's
Yeah.
like, someone farted.
Yeah, freak out your square coworkers.
Liquid ass. Okay.
Back of comic books kind of deal.
It's
Yeah.
not actually a liquid, though, right? Liquid ass.
No, well, I mean,
It's a
I
spray.
guess
It's an aerosol,
aerosol.
aerosol
it's,
ass.
yeah, thank
Well, it
you,
starts as a
aerosol.
liquid, but yeah, it's
Okay,
processed
because
into
it's
a spray, I'm
aerosolized in
guessing.
a.
That's a lot of chemistry talk that I probably wouldn't be able
Well, I
to
think when you have
get
a
into.
spray can that aerosolizes, like deodorant or liquid ass, there's not actually a gas in there. It's a liquid.
No, it's liquid. Yeah, you could
Right.
probably
and
shake
then
it.
something happens inside the can when you push the thing that aerosolizes it. What does actually happen, Jack? You're a scientist.
Oh, I don't know. I've only known about this product for about 20 seconds.
Well,
now.
what happens? I mean, what happens in this? In like a spray can of paint.
Well, there's
or-
liquid, and then
But how does it turn
goes-
into? How does it turn into that aerosol?
They've got the propellant, and it goes through the thing, and there you go. You've got spray. That's my understanding.
I
of
have
it.
no
Yeah.
idea. Do you know?
It's
man?
worked for
How
me
does it
so
work?
far.
I mean, it's some sort of little nozzle there that's
Thank you, yeah.
that's spreading it out at such a pressure that it becomes tiny
It's
little
under pressure.
droplets.
Pressure.
Yeah.
Pressure. Pressure is the key.
Gets
Okay. all right.
smaller and breaks up, right?
Right. So pressure is the key. It's forcing the liquid through a very small.
It's technically still liquid when it's coming out. It's just very
It's in
small
little-
droplets. Of
I'm
it.
Right.
Yeah.
So
pretty
it is
sure
liquid ass.
it's the exact concept of a fart.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Well, yeah, it's just
Oh,
it
yeah.
replaced the
Okay.
liquid with shit.
Here, JP Catacombs is calling.
Ow.
We're not taking that.
Would you like him to say something satanic really quickly?
Yeah.
If you
Yeah,
want
yeah.
to put them
That'd
on,
be great.
Oh,
Put them on
yeah.
speaker and we can hear it.
JP. Okay, so look, I'm on a radio show, so I billed you as being able to say something utterly satanic right here real quick. So you're on the spot and go.
Oh, right now?
Yeah, right now. Go ahead. Go.
Oh, well, alright. Shit. Surprise, Jack.
Come on. You're giving us a bad name. Satanic. Go.
That work?
Yeah, that's the kind of phone
Nice.
calls Ross gets.
I think that works. All right. Talk to you later, bye.
Okay.
I got like the same phone call from my mom. How weird is that? That's so weird.
That's nice of JP to call in.
That was
Just
good for him to
say hi.
Yeah,
Yeah.
your satanic
Yeah,
words of the
JP
day.
Catacombs. Well, that's just not his real name, is it?
No,
Mr.
that's
Catacombs?
the room that he works in.
JP Catacombs. Okay. So Liquid Ass is also your show. So you took the name, you stole the name Liquid Ass.
I
off.
still have absolutely no
product.
rights to that name whatsoever.
I would like to see a cease and desist from the manufacturers of Liquid Ass. That would be interesting.
I would also like to see them be
Right.
serious about it.
Make a whole bit out of that just
Yeah.
alone. Wow. My goodness.
Do you sell Liquid Ass at the gig?
I don't know.
You should.
Yeah, you need to get onto that.
I know I should. I should do more gimmicky things. You're right.
Yeah,
That's
you're right.
Yeah, nothing but
Get
gimmicks.
gimmicky. So what's up? What's up with Liquid Ass the show?
It's pretty much just like gross out humor. People tell stories about gross shit that happens to them. A lot of stories about pooping in their pants. Pretty much guaranteed at least like 5 stories about, pooping in your pants and everyone watching. That's a lot of fun. I had the last show we did, the headliner, the last comic, he actually didn't make it because he was stuck in the bathroom. So I actually consider that the most successful show I've had so far.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And
Thanks.
Dedicated.
Where do you get to see Liquid Ass? Where is it?
So that's going to be next Friday at Birdie's Cafe. It's on St. Claude at 8:30.
And where do you normally do it?
I usually do it at the New Movement.
You do it at the New Movement Theatre. on
Yeah,
St.
we've
Claude.
done it the first Friday of the month at midnight.
Where does New Movement?
That's also on St. Claude, 2706 St. Claude.
And do the stories of taking a crap in your pants have to be true? Or you just have to
I mean,
come
they
up
don't.
with
They don't
a
have
joke,
to
but-
be.
You just have to
but,
be funny, right? Entertaining, yeah?
Yeah, sure. But
it's
I
not-
mean,
it's
how are
not
you
like-
not going to tell a true one?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right?
really.
Everybody's got. If you hear somebody tell a true story about pooping their pants, how are you going to be like, I have this fake one
kinda
about pooping my
therapy.
pants?
So it's like the Moth Radio Hour, but it's about shit.
Yeah, but like for children. Ideally, I would love if there were like children and
Yes.
like serious adults at that show. I did
Good idea.
a show in Denver once, and there was like a 9-year-old boy in the front row, and I was like, oh my god, this is the best show I've ever done. I'm so excited to just send all my jokes straight to this little kid.
There you go.
And that's your sort of
Wow.
target audience.
Sure, yeah, for like half of my jokes.
Mental age of 9.
Yeah, that's
Well, that's
that's
never,
pretty good.
That's never put anybody wrong, really. It's the whole of Hollywood works
We've
on
all
that
been there.
Yeah.
concept. What's the mental age? What are you pitching your movie targeted at, Jack? Sort of, it's more of an adult.
Anybody, yeah.
You
At
know.
this point, yeah.
Anybody with $5.
Anybody with $5.
You can
right,
come
yeah.
along and see it
Right.
on October 16th. And
yeah.
where do we find that online? Is there a website?
JakLocke.com/targeted.
Okay. And Jak Locke is...
JAKLOCKE, because I got to make it difficult.
I
Yeah.
know.
.com/targeted.
Yeah. Do you also own Jak Locke spelt wrong?
Yes, I do. That was owned by some guy who was putting a bunch of really misogynistic blogs up in the UK for a while, but I ended up buying it back when he let it expire. So yeah,
Good idea. So it doesn't matter how you spell Jak Locke, you're going to get to
you'll find it. Yeah, as long as you spell lock correctly, you got it. yeah.
Okay. We're going to have to get out of here. So we've got
Yep.
that taken care of. Targeted the movie.
Correct.
Hell Yes Fest. This
Yep.
is the most like promotional type show we've ever done.
Everybody's got a thing.
And House to Shop. This is like a real like TV show.
They're all
You're
good
going to get
events.
on if you've got something to sell. Well done. Which we never usually do at all. But that is exciting. That's 3 awesome things you guys are up to.
Very good.
Okay. That's going to be a busy weekend for us.
Seems
That's
like
when we
it.
go
yeah.
do all that stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, we've done all that. Okay, so we're out of here. That's the end of Happy Hour. Thank you so much for joining us. If you're just keeping score at home, Jak Locke, Addy Najera, and Ross Karpelman, and Andrew Duhon. That's it. Thanks so much for joining us. That's Happy Hour. The producer of our show is Graham DePonte. Our associate producer and technical director is Chris Kehoe. Christian Unruh is our music director. And our theme music was written by and is being played by Mitch Foreman. If you'd like to be on the show and you can sit around a table for about an hour and have a free drink, drop us a line. Our address is on our website, itsneworleans.com, where you can also check out many other hours of Happy Hour, along with some other shows we produce here. Out to Lunch with Peter Raschuti, live from Commander's Palace, True to the Game, with the fabulous Chris True. Midnight Menu +1 with Margot Moss and the man who ate New Orleans, Ray Canata. Louisiana Eats with Poppy Tooker. Milo's Music Parlor with Kim Vu, and The Revolutionary A New Way to Buy a House. You can hear that podcast here as well. That's called Unlisted NOLA. You can keep up with us on Facebook and Twitter and a bunch of other time-sucking social media. On all of it, we're called It's New Orleans. You can find photos from this show on itsneworleans.com and also on our Facebook and Google Plus pages. Those photos were taken today by the fabulous Alison Moon right over there. If you're listening to this show on iTunes or on Stitcher or on some other podcast app you prefer, thank you very much for subscribing to us. Take a moment if you can to stop and rate and review us. That helps other people find us. Our show is recorded live today at Wayfare on Ferret Street, where they put fine dining into a sandwich, fine booze into a glass, and have a fabulous brunch here all Saturday and all Sunday. Happy Hour is a podcast of INO Broadcasting for itsneworleans.com. For Andrew Duhon, everyone around the table here at Wayfare, back at our office at INO Broadcasting, and Graham DePonte, our producer, thank you so much for joining us. I'm Grant Morris. We'll see you back here next week on Happy Hour.
Heads up, denim lovers. Old Navy's biggest denim sale ever is here. All jeans are on sale up to 60% off. Styles start at just $12 for adults, $8 for kids. Plus, this Saturday and Sunday only, don't miss the Jean a Day giveaway. Want a free pair of Old Navy's all-new jeans? Stop in for your chance to win and for up to 60% off all jeans, now at Old Navy. Valid 9/16 to 9/24, excludes in-store clearance. 5 per day per store. Select styles. Jean giveaway in stores only. See stores for details.